I want to go to a question from Frank Gerwer. He could not be here today. So his question, which was, I wasn't necessarily going to go down this route, but when he gave me this question, I thought,
let's go down this route.
It's a good question. So he wanted to know, is it tough to be a skater as a woman because of the facts the contests were separated? I know you entered Tampa as a skateboarder. It seems that was the last time that has happened, where there was no gender separation. Do you think that format should be offered to women if you want to enter men's comps?
This is from Frank?
Yeah, that's from Frank.
Frank came up with that.
And then he said, long-time listener, first-time caller, my name is Frank. This is my question. So fucking bad.
Oh, man. Okay, so...
It's a heavy shit, I know.
I know. So his question is, do you think it should be offered for women to enter the... Now, I guess we refer to it as the men's division contest, if they want it.
Well, let's go back to Tampa when you entered that contest, and it was just a contest. There was no...
I mean, I used to, before there was even a women's division, I used to enter like all the European contests, Tampa, whatever, Yeah. Everything.
And he's saying that there's specifically, I guess, point in time after that one Tampa, I think it kind of shifted or something like...
Yeah, there was, I remember the time, it was, where was it? I think it was Slam City Jam, maybe? Man, what contest was it? But I remember it was one of the Bosticks, Don Bostic, and...
Yeah.
And I was there to like skate in the contest, and he was like, "Oh, you're not in this contest," and I was like, "What are you talking about? I'm always in the contest." He's like, "No, the women's contest is tomorrow or whatever." He said, and I was like, "Yeah, I know, but I'm skating in this one too." And he's like, "No, you're not," and I was like, "This is crazy." I remember being heartbroken. I remember I was devastated.
He really wouldn't let you skate?
Yeah, devastated.
Really?
Yeah. And I'd always like skated the regular contest, and if there was a women's division, on Sunday or whatever, I'd skate that too.
Sure.
Because I always just thought of myself as a skater. I wanted to be a pro skater. You know what I mean? I didn't want to be like, a girl pro skater. I just wanted to be a pro skater.
Yeah.
And I didn't have a pink board or anything like that. I rode for Toy Machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was devastated.
That's bizarre.
And that was it. I was like, other than Tampa, I think the last time I entered Tampa was 2010 or something, but I'd still go back, if I was good enough, I would still enter the Tampa contest.
Yeah.
But...
You're a skateboarder.
Yeah. But yeah, I actually kind of think that, I think it would be rad if all the women with their name on a board would enter the other contest too. To like stop the segregation, you know? Sort of like blend everything. It's like, yeah, you want to win the money and the girls' ones, I understand that, but, it could all be infused and it would be still sick.
I think so. I think there could be a way. I think it would be rad. I think that's...
I know like that some people do, you know what I mean? I know like Leticia entered Tampa maybe last year or the year before or something, and I think Lacey did too. But yeah, now I remember that. That was devastating.
That's so wild to me to think that he wouldn't. I mean, it's skateboarding also. It's not like...
And this is a long time ago. This is like 2004, 2003 or something.
That's fucking bizarre. It's so strange that he would do that. That's a bummer.
Yeah. Oh, it was a total bummer. It was like a significant moment in my life. Like I remember like being like, "What are you talking about?" And him being like, "Yeah, this is how it is now."
And like, because you're not an equal.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's fucking lame.
Yeah.
That sucks. So then you had to enter. Did you enter the contest the next day?
The girls one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wanted the money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. I think the idea of having it non-segregated, right, like integrated, would be rad. I think it would create a different type of energy, but also I think there's ways like when I was doing what I was doing when I was AM, I entered. There was a couple contests that I entered AM. It was pro AM. So.
Oh yeah.
So it didn't matter, and so it was just pro-am. It wasn't,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, same kind of idea, like but the thing is with the AMs, if you're amateur, you didn't get money back then, right?
Right.
So the pros got the money and the AMs didn't get the money.
So what if you would have
So
won the
maybe-
contest?
I've done that before.
Did you get the money?
I didn't get the money.
Damn.
Yeah. So anyway, but maybe there's like a way there's a way if it was like integrated, it would be more fun for everyone. And then also, but then maybe at the end, like it could be broken down to like women's division, men's division, like that.
Yeah, so
you know?
like if like say everybody's in it together, then like, you know, this woman gets 20th or something, she really got first.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, and then so it's more equal in the sense of the payout because, you know, fucking there's so much inequality with everything and
So crazy, isn't it?
yeah, it's stupid. So I mean, maybe something like that. I don't know.
It's so wild to think. Like the other day, listen to this. I don't even know if this has to do with anything, but the other day, Rachel and I were up at my friend's office, and this thing happened where I wanted to write an email and like voice my opinion.
Sure.
Like I didn't feel wronged, but I wanted to let these people know, like, hey, in the future, if this was going to happen, I would appreciate this, you know. And I sat on the email for a minute, and Rachel, we went up to our friend, and he's a white guy, and she was like, read the email to him. And I was like, I read the email to him. He's like, I wouldn't send it. It just sounds kind of bitchy or something like that. And I was like, so if I'm like assertive and like, you know, if I'm assertive and like want to explain my needs, now I'm bitchy, you know. It's funny.
Yeah, because he wouldn't. If it was a guy, he wouldn't say, "Oh, you sound like that's bitchy."
Yeah, he'd be like, "Yeah,
fuck them."
Yeah, totally.
That shit is just still like that. That's the one thing. Like for me with skateboarding, I mean, you know, there's a level that we're all fucking existing on.
Yeah.
Within skateboarding, it's like you're either a kook or you're not a kook.
Exactly.
And if you are. Later.
Yeah, and kooks come in all forms.
All
male, female, and everything in between.
Everything.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And we're like, dude's a kook, girl's a kook, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyone's a kook. You're cut.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Right.
You rip and you're a kook. You're cut.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. We've had guys on the team who fucking rip, and you're like, that guy's a kook.
Yeah.
Later.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing that I love about skateboarding. You're either cool or you're not. And you're not cool like, yeah, that guy's cool. Just a fucking decent human.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And you know, when you see someone taking the hits and just fucking trying, you're like, skateboarder.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're in.
Totally. It's inclusive as long as you're not a kook.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way I feel. And so when I see like a lot of these, you have all these little crews of different people popping up now and kind of there's a little bit segregated happening. And I find it a little odd. I'm a male too. And so my perspective's skewed. Mm-hmm. But I just wish it would be just like, we're just going to all go skate. It's just, it's not like, this skate person day or that skate person day. It's just like, show up at the spot and we'll skate and have fun. Like, who cares?
There's like a lot of discussion about that lately.
So that's the thing about skating for me. I feel that, and maybe I'm wrong now, maybe it's changed, you know, but I always just felt it was an equal playing field. Like, just skate, shut up.
Yeah.
And that's it.
I've always said that too.
Yeah.
That skating is all inclusive.
Yeah.
As long as you're there to skate.
Well, I mean, you skated around all dudes, right? Like, that's really what.
Yeah, totally.
And so.
There was no girl in my town that skated.
Yeah.
There was like none for miles and miles, you know. I met a girl that skated that lived in Tampa like 3 years into skating. And I met her through a contest, you know.
Yeah. So,
and I went skating with her, and I was with her and her crew, and like she like couldn't really even keep up, pushing.
Yeah, you were light years ahead.
Yeah.
And so it's interesting because you were really really removed more so than just being a stupid skateboarder, because you're removed from, probably like those stereotypical females who are like, you skateboard?
Yeah.
Ew, or or whatever, or
Yeah.
why do you do that?
Right.
So you probably, were you like ostracized from that world as well? Like, is it just standard, like everybody saying skateboarders are whatever, it's just fucked?
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't understand, but I think.
Well, did you have did you have a bunch of girlfriends that you hung out with?
Yeah, I did,
were
but they were all my friends' girlfriends. All my skate friends' girlfriends.
Right.
And they were all cool.
Right.
At least
Yeah,
a
yeah.
couple of them were cool.
Yeah.
One or two of them I didn't really get along with, but yeah. And then we became friends and like.
But they were girlfriends of the guys that you hung out with.
Totally. Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah.
it's not like, I mean, like in school, like did you have?
No.
Oh,
Never.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Never.
Yeah.
I mean, I have like 2 girlfriends, Lindsay and Andrea. That's it. And I know Lindsay through skateboarding, and I know Andrea through Keegan.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, same situation as back then, just friends of
skaters.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny because I mean it's just it's the way it is. Like I always feel like I'm way more comfortable around skaters, like just way more comfortable. And, And then I'm finally like, I could just be an idiot. Awesome. I'm not going to be judged for whatever.
Yeah.
It's hard out there, like in the real world.
Totally. Like, I don't know what to talk about. A lot. Like, what are we talking about?
I don't know.
Are we talking about the gods? Like,
yeah.
No?
But even then, though, but the thing is, like, it's not like you're talking about skating 24/7. It's not like that at all.
I just relate better to skaters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because a lot of skaters have a really fucked up sense of humor, real skewed perspective on things.
That's great.
And a real fuck you attitude.
Yeah.
And the general population does not have that.
They really don't.
No. Not even. I mean, the weather has sure been nice lately. Yeah.
That's what I talk to my parents about.
It's been nice. Yeah. I think I see someone over there.
Yeah. But do you think other people are like, oh man, I had to hang out with this group of skaters the other night. That sucked. I just wanted to be around bankers.
Yeah, probably, because they're gonna fuck your shit up if they're anywhere remotely
The
near your
skaters be like, why are you hanging out with us?
Dude, because you can't. If you go to Lower Bob's or something and there's something happening and people, a normal person would just be like,
yeah, this is Mad Max? Are they filming Mad Max?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is this a TV set? What's going on here?
I mean, that's basically what most of my interactions involve with people is like, how do I escape right now?
Yeah.
Like when I'm having a conversation with people, I'm just like...
Slowly turning.
Like every time I talk, my neighbor has the easiest confidence ever. I mean, this guy, he like comes out, he just starts talking to me, and I'm just like, the whole time I'm just like, every other word is like, all right then, and he just keeps talking. I'm like, yeah, cool, all right then. And, I'm just like, the whole time just trying to escape. And he's the coolest dude too. But I'm just like, I gotta go. Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard.
Connection's tough.
Yeah.
That's what people need though and crave. I myself also am pretty quiet. I don't really like to talk too much, I think.
With the Frank question, that led to where we went with the exclusivity or inclusivity, right? Like what's happening with skating now, how it is becoming fragmented in odd ways. Fucking trying to figure out how to get the women and men to skate together and just make it more fun and not. But I guess those contests now are geared for really whatever those contests are.
They're kind of like Olympic trials now. Anyway.
Yeah, it's a different deal.
It's like drug testing and pissing in cups and.
That's okay. So, what is your take on that? Are you on the Olympics? Just what's your thought?
I mean, I just don't understand it. I think I'm just come from a different time where how is anybody going to pass a drug test? Is people just not going to do drugs? I've always thought contests were fun to go to. Savannah Slamma and the Vision Rock and Roll Jam or whatever, the one with the lights and stuff, and the Tampa contest and Copenhagen and stuff like that. Even the X Games were okay for a while. But I haven't been to one in so long. I don't know. But how's my take on it? I'm over it. I don't like it.
Okay.
I don't know if I like it. You know what I don't like is like all these federations. There was all these federations that came up, right? Okay, so look, there was like the...
Don't you have the Nar Hunters Federation yet or what?
Yeah, the official towel sponsor of the Olympics.
There you go.
There's all these federations, right? And they like had all these committees and all these people. And they were all like, yeah, we're going to do this for skateboarding. We're going to do this for skateboarding. And we're going to like go to bat for skateboarding. And like the whole time for the last like 7 or 8 years, all these federations, I don't know what they're called, but I think you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
They're all just like plotting to see who's going to run the contest at the Olympics to get the money. That was all it was.
Yes. 100%. That's, of course.
Yeah. So I don't like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But how do I feel? I don't know, man, how I feel about it. If I had to like vote yes or no for skateboarding in the Olympics, I'd vote no. For sure, but it doesn't really have anything to do with me
Yeah.
anymore.
Right. Let me ask you this. What would 20-year-old Elissa say if they're like, do you want to be in the Olympics for skateboarding?
I wouldn't pass the drug test. I wouldn't have passed the drug test.
Okay, hypothetically, if you stop doing drugs for a month.
Yeah. Would I be in it?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
I think you would.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have.
Yeah.
Back then, yeah.
Yeah.
My thoughts on it are, there's a couple full, but the main one is just the pragmatic kind of approach is, how do you judge it, right? You can judge long jump, high jump, downhill, slalom. You can judge all that.
Yeah.
It's time and whatever. It's no, there's no bias to it. Where, how are you going to judge Nyjah and Grant Taylor? How would you, I mean, just saying, how would you judge those two?
Grant.
Of course.
Yeah.
But there you go.
I don't know how
You're biased, right?
Yeah.
Of course. So that's the same thing. That's what I mean. Like,
well, but all contests have always been kind of like, I mean, I guess the goal of the contest is the trick. Like the style means nothing. It's supposed to mean nothing in a contest. However, at certain contests, when there's certain people judging, you know that style counts, right?
Totally.
Like this person does 40 tricks in a minute and this person does 4 really sick ones. And sometimes the 4 really sick ones win.
Yeah.
Which is like, they should.
yeah.
You know?
So there's no way it's going to be a fair deal.
Because
the Olympics,
because the javelin throw is like a certain amount of feet. It doesn't matter if you throw it with Lamar's limp-wristed throwing style or not.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't matter if you engineer the javelin to fit Lamar's limp-wristed throwing style.
Good analogy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's this right there. You're just like, that doesn't work. Just on that basis, it can't work. So I just think in that way, I just think it's wrong. Second of all, skateboarding, I never thought it was a sport. I don't consider it a fucking sport.
Yeah.
So I just think that's bullshit. And then
what do we consider it? I just consider it skateboarding, right?
a life fucking savior.
It's a life.
Yeah, it's just your life.
It's a lifestyle choice.
It's a way that you live.
Yeah.
It's a way that you exist within life.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I'm backing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so I don't know. I mean, I want to go.
To watch the Olympics?
Yeah, I would like to be there for it. Just see it, experience it, because it's going to be. It's a part of our history.
Yes.
And our legacy.
Most definitely.
And it would be cool to experience it. Whether or not I think it should be there, it's obviously.
It's going. It'll
Doesn't matter.
It'll be cool if they get it right too.
Yeah, I just don't think they're going to get it right.
Is he going to wear like a uniform and stuff?
That's all that. I don't know. Numbers, uniforms,
That's good.
and then who's skating for what countries? Because everyone lives here.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, for the most part, even though from other countries, they all end up living here. All the Brazilians and shit, you know.
Yeah.
But they're going to skate for Brazil.
Oh,
So it's
exciting times, huh?
It's interesting.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I mean, I don't. That's what I mean. It's like regardless of what we think of it, it's happening.
Yeah.
So then, therefore, you can shift your perception of it.
Aren't you so happy that there's still skateboarding though? Like there's like this kind of skateboarding that is in the Olympics and on TV and stuff, but then there's still skateboarding.
Oh yeah, there's always going to be When people say, "What's wrong with the state of skateboarding today?" You're like, nothing.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? Well, what do you think of this and that? You're like, skateboarding will always be. Skateboarding is gnarly. It doesn't even matter. Like,
the best thing about it is it's just like playing.
it's completely. It's hard play. But you know, it's super cool that I do love, like, fucking skateboarding is, people see it remembering that it's fun. And
Yeah.
so, you know, going and to sit in a parking lot again with your friends doing slappies all day long and
Yeah.
hanging out is just as valid as, you know, trying to go film some fucking banger parts for something, you know, and
Yeah.
you're like, and a lot of people get it, you know, so many skaters get it now that it's just, it just seems like there's so much more fun, I think,
Yeah.
in it, you know. I think we've gone through a lot of odd phases. Let's go to, I just want to go, maybe just ask you really quick about just your now, like right now,
Yeah.
with what you're doing with Baker and with Nar Hunter.
Yeah.
And like, what do you see in the
future?
Yeah, in the not so far off horizon. Like, where are you at with Baker? Like, what's going on with that?
Oh man,
'Cause that's a new thing, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was like just started skating again like a year ago, and Andrew called me up like in April. I was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Nothing." And he's like, "You got any sponsors?" And I was like, "I mean," and he's like, "I'm gonna put you on Baker." And I was like, "All right, cool."
That was it.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm super happy about that. I kind of always wish I was on Baker, and I'm just gonna like, you know, do my best with my 43-year-old self to film stuff for the video. I already got some stuff, so yeah, I'm just gonna keep trying to do that and working on Nar Hunters, and I'm gonna try to go to Paris or something and film some stuff soon. I don't know.
You're like, I mean, I'm similar. Did you ever consider the future? Like,
No,
ever?
not really. No,
Yeah, me neither.
I never considered. Yeah, no, I never considered the future, and I always like thought like, oh, I go two ways. I'm like, oh my God, it's gonna be doomed, or everything's gonna work out fine. You know, I fluctuate
Right.
in between those two. Like everything's gonna be fine, and like, you know, complete despair.
Well, is there a gray area in there? At least times you're like, it's okay, or you're just like, I'm fucked.
Yeah,
It's great.
no, sometimes I'm like, I'll be okay. You know, yeah, sometimes I just picture myself homeless on a corner, and then sometimes I'm like, you know, who knows?
Making it rain.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
I think probably a lot of skaters are like that.
Yeah.
You know, I never considered a future ever.
Me
Like,
neither.
what?
Yeah.
So that's why I ask now that you have, like, Nar Hunters is your thing, and it's like,
Yeah.
this really cool brand that you're doing, and you have a lot of rad people involved. And so are you now thinking about like, oh, in 2 years or any of that?
Oh yeah. I think about like, like short-term and long-term goals. I mean, but I don't really have them, but I have them.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't have like a 3-month, 6-month, 9-month goal, but I have like, you know, I'd like to be here
Right.
soon. Yeah. And I mean, you know, Rachel and I are talking about a family, and yeah, I think about my future for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. I think about where I'm going to live for the rest of my life and all those things.
Yeah. So now you're at that point where you're entertaining those type of ideas of actually having a future. Good.
Yeah, we're gonna have a family, and
That'd be awesome.
Nar Hunters is gonna do great, and
I see it.
I do too.
See? There you go.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for doing this.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Did we bullshit? I mean, we did pretty good.
I think we got a lot of bullshit.
Okay.
Yeah.